And, we've been very excited that over the last 6 months since we've launched this, I always track where the viewers and listeners to our content are coming from. And there's a lot of people in the West. And I think the West, unfortunately, Western media has fallen into this trap of either being incredibly shallow on the Middle East. And I get it. It's one part of the world, and there are other parts of the world as far as the West is concerned. But oftentimes you see the dangerous narratives that do not reflect kind of these liberal viewpoints from the Middle East getting way too much of a platform in Western media as regards the Middle East. And so, I mean, even just what's happening now, we see what's happening in Iran. And at the same time, somebody pointed out Western media, by and large, ran with every single Hamas statistic about casualties and death counts without verifying anything. Now it's being very sure to be careful and fact check 20 times over before reporting any kind of death count from the civilian uprising in Iran right now, and I think that's a very clear and sad state of how the global media reports about the Middle East and who it deems as the stories worth covering, the good guys and the bad guys, so to speak, and so. I think that challenge from the Middle East has now shifted also to the West as regards media coverage and this intellectual discourse that we should be having.
Fair enough. I agree with that.
Absolutely. So, we brought you on, as Havy mentioned, kind of you run one of the premier think tanks in Washington as regards the Middle East, as regards U.S. foreign policy in the Middle East. And a lot has happened in the last few years as far as the Middle East. A lot has changed just in the last year with the entrance of Donald Trump onto the scene, and how he has shifted American foreign policy for good, for bad. There's a lot of questions we want to ask there, but if we jump into the beginning of the Trump administration, the Gaza war, the way the end of that came about, the handling of Iran, the handling of Middle Eastern alliances and dynamics by the United States, the general direction of American foreign policy. Is it isolationism? Is it the Monroe Doctrine? Is it kind of a return to a more powerful, values-led international system? There's a lot of questions that we wanted to unpack with you, whether we're talking about Iran, the Gulf states, whether we're talking about Turkey and Qatar. So, Havy, why don't we jump into it?
Jump right into it. Let's go.
Let's go.